Hello, everybody. It is Sunday. It is 12 o'clock Eastern, and something that I smell in the air. No, it is not marijuana smoke from the high tide around Dale last night. It is, of course, transparency, something we deeply believe in on the Cash Flow Kings. That's why every Sunday at 12 o'clock Eastern, we post all of our buys, sells, and dividends for the last week in a transparent manner. We go over our thesis with every single one of them because we are about that life. We're thug life investors. And Fiscal, would you like to get us started with your transactions this week?
Let's get that ball rolling. So,
rolling.
yeah, speaking of Metallica, right? You would
Yep.
only understand that if you saw last night's episode.
It's true.
So right there at the top, you can see that I sold out of my Smith & Wesson position. It was at a slight gain plus dividends collected over the time I've held it. Basically, the general idea of this stock was that it should go to high heights during an election year.
I agree. It's true.
And there was some expectations that, firearm sales during the most recent quarter would reflect that. It did not. And so while the next quarter is supposed to be busier because of the fall hunting season and stuff coming up, I just don't think it's going to hit the heights that I was hoping for. And I believe I'll get better returns elsewhere from here. So I just, once the thesis has changed, I'm just going to release. Yeah, it might go up again. This may not be a high point to sell it, but I'm doubtful that it's going to get to the $20 to $25 I was hoping for this election season. So moving on to other ideas, and it was relatively low risk. I got in cheap, still have a slight gain plus the dividends collected. So all in all, I don't really regret it, but I can put that cash to better use. And you can see where I put it to use in the following couple days. I added more Amazon.
I like that.
Yep. And more Disney. There were some opportunities to have a couple red days on those stocks, and they are both higher now than where I added all these shares. So that ended up playing into my hand pretty well. And honestly, I think at these prices, I mean, Amazon is now in the mid 180s again. So, who knows if it's going to go back down again, but I think more than likely a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, we'll be very happy we got Amazon at these prices. Don't you think, Throat?
And that's why you guys have to subscribe and become channel members, because you got to, be posted with our transactions every week. Come back to these videos. You're going to be thankful for all we do for you.
And honestly, I think getting some Disney at like 86, 87, that was a good pickup. So I
may or may not have done that this week too. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I won't.
And then of course, I do still have a little bit of Vail stock, and I got a $37 dividend from them. Paid some foreign tax and ADR fees, but still came out with over $30 in free money income. From that.
So high yield dividends.
Yeah, I'm a high yield dividend warrior, as they say. So that was interesting, but I mean, just a little bit of repositioning in the portfolio, adding to my to what I think is going to be better going forward, getting out of something when the thesis changed, practicing what I preach, so to speak. How about yourself?
That's what we've been doing recently. Like the last, if you guys have been keeping updated, like we have literally just for the last I don't know, 3-4 months, we've just been selling out of some of our weaker holdings and putting into better ideas. It's a nice little evolution we're having here on the Cash Flow Kings, and I think we're already seeing some better results in terms of gains. But pretty busy week for me. Always a good time to start the week. On the 10th, I got $8.17 from everybody's favorite retailer, Target. That's around fair value, so I reinvest the dividend, building the position up naturally. Looking to get out probably 180 if it gets there. If it doesn't, I'll let it just sit and compound, as one would say. Next, we got a massive 67 cents from S&P Global. I don't want to brag. Don't want to put anybody down here. S&P Global, we appreciate you. Then this is a big one. I sold the rest of my realty income, which was 3.2467 shares, $202 worth. I was just not. I got out at gains. This was like an 8% gain, I believe. Just not even a lot of money. Like that was like $13 or something. I got yippee ki yay. Just got to move on from it eventually, and I put it into a lot better, ideas in my opinion. So this was, by the way, this day was on 9/11, or that doesn't relate to anything. I
Never
slept up
forget.
a little. Yeah, never forget. But the stock market coincidentally was down that day, so I figured that I'd sell out of my realty income at, I'd sell it out some gains, slight gains, underperforming still. Don't get me wrong, but reallocate it into a day where a lot of ETFs and stuff were down a little bit for the day, and then it recovered. So this was literally perfect timing, everybody. I am the chosen one. I'm the greatest investor of all time. So don't question me. Start off. This is going to be unpopular. I bought one share of SHD, $81.82. It's up 3% since then. So I mean, I timed it perfectly. You may wonder, why are you buying SHD, Ryan? Well, it was down for the day, and I've actually built up my SHG position to a point where I can start adding the SHD. If you guys don't know, I'm doing a bit of a 1-2 punch when it comes to SHD and SHG. Looking to get around 2.5 times the weighting of SHD for SHG. So I'm basically trying to go 25% in SHG in the portfolio, 10% SHD. Stock was down, or ETF was down on the day. Figured I'd buy. Then I put it into its big brother, another share into its big brother SHG at $98.35. That has rewarded me very nice as well. Like it went up like 2 or 3% right after that. So don't try and time the market, everybody. Then I put fun money to use, $35 into Disney at $87.27. Just continue to average down. I got a good price on it. I'm going to continue to buy at these prices. Then I got $4.59 from Microsoft, reinvested it. I love Microsoft, man. I can't complain. And then lastly, I got $1.60 from Realty Not Reality Income. Last dividend ever. Thank you for your service, Realty Income. Fiscal, do you have any thoughts on my transactions for the week?
I
I know
mean,
you're not going to like SHD.
yeah. I mean, also, dripping Microsoft at these prices seems a little bit stretched.
I was going to say Target, you'd probably not like as
I
better
mean,
with
it seems like you have an exit strategy for Target, and so that's, it is what it is. You defined what fair value is and where that cutoff is for you, so that's fine. But I mean, I don't know. Microsoft might be a little stretched to
Okay.
be dripping. Do you at what point is Microsoft no longer fair valued? I mean, that's a question that you need to answer for yourself because you're in it and I'm not. But
Yeah. I'd
yeah,
say, I don't know, maybe like 450, 460. I'd probably actually like to the point where it's like,
so
but
on Realty Income, did you take a gain or an L on it?
it's gain, slight
Oh,
gain. It was
good.
like it came out about flat if you're looking at inflation adjusted too. So I mean,
Do you worry at all about the fact that maybe you missed some additional from when rates get cut in a few weeks?
where do you think it's gonna go after rates get cut? Because I
Uh,
I, I thought the same thing. It's gonna go to like
it'll
$65.
that'll
Oh,
be generally probably good for just REITs overall, anything that pays a
I know.
dividend, but REITs especially because it also helps real estate values. I don't know. I mean, granted, like if you think that right now, for example, the Disney stock or whatever is going to get you a better return over the next coming year or so, then in spite of rate cuts or whatever, then just transitioning it over and getting some Disney and some other stuff you like better. I don't.
And I'll
I
just say
mean,
this: if it were to even go to like $70, it's like an extra $30. Like
yeah,
you just
it's
gotta
not the
put
end.
in better,
It's not the end of the world.
bigger and better positions.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I'm more excited when it comes to rate cuts. I'm more anticipating what's going to happen to certain medical properties
All right,
trust.
that's the end of the weekly recap. We appreciate it. Yeah, that Vici will be. Everything's gonna be nicely. Imagine they don't cut rates. Oh my god.
Yeah,
MPW gets
imagine.
$1.
Can you imagine?
All right, everybody, that's the weekly recap. We do appreciate you all for tuning in. We hope you appreciate the transparency. If you do, smash the like button. If you want to go the further mile, become a channel member today for only $2 a month. Lots of exclusive episodes on there, all-time merch discount, unlimited impersonation requests, whether it be Arnie from Fiscal or Gus Walls from me. It could be anybody. Appreciate you all for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe. Do dividend stocks, not drugs. And of course, remember, cash flow is
King.
king. Oh, yeah.